If you saw the thumbnail to this video, you know that I got a haircut in between filming this video and taking the picture for the thumbnail to this video. And I got a haircut at my barber. His name is Ike. He has a shop dog named Utah and full sleeves of tattoos. And as you can tell, I fit right in at the barbershop. I am what's known as an old school manly man. I have very high testosterone levels. And as you can tell, I could beat up almost anybody in the entire world. I have previously publicly challenged Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to a fight, and he has been too cowardly to respond to my request. That being said, I'm very thankful for my barber, Ike, and his shop dog, Utah. We are doing bad Google Maps reviews of barbershops, of which there are actually surprisingly few. Most people really love their barber, and almost every barbershop that I found has close to a 5-star rating on Google Maps. But when people get a bad haircut, they hate it. For example, Ben says this about his barbershop. 1 star, the worst barbershop in Arkansas. Maybe they should groom pets. Messed my hair up very badly. Overpriced and under-delivered. Avoid them if you value your appearance. I'm a little confused and concerned why Ben thinks that the worst barbershop in Arkansas should groom pets. Doesn't mean that you're going to be a good pet groomer if you're bad at grooming humans. In fact, if you can't cut human hair well, you probably can't cut dog hair well. And honestly, genuinely, if you can't cut just this small area of a human well, you probably can't cut the entirety of a dog well. And as someone who values his appearance, I will be avoiding this place. I will continue to go to Ike and his shop dog, Utah, where again, I fit right in, as I am also tatted from head to toe and love horror movies and skateboarding videos and just general tough guy things. Next up, Vladimir says this, 1 star. There's a guy who works here who has a haircut like Rock Lee from Naruto. He likes to talk about customers while they're getting a haircut in Spanish. Quite immature and unprofessional. Great way to prevent customers from coming back or making recommendations. One reason of many why businesses like this don't thrive. They hire clowns and comedians instead of businessmen. Now, as someone who has not watched Naruto, I didn't know what a Rock Lee haircut was, but let me show you what that looks like. This is an awesome haircut. I wish that I had this haircut. And next time that I go see Ike and his shop dog, Utah, I might have to get this exact haircut. And then he makes a comment at the end that barbershops like this hire clowns and comedians instead of businessmen. And actually what most people don't understand is the most famous clown that you know, and I know we know many, and the most famous comedian that you know, actually both got their start cutting hair at a barbershop. This is a very traditional path for clowns, for comedians. If you want to be a clown or you want to be a comedian, you actually most likely will start by cutting hair in a barbershop. And this is why most people doubt the credibility of people like Amy Schumer, because not only is she not funny whatsoever, but she never started her career in a barbershop. Next up, our friend Ausmain says this, 1 star. Brian, always talking on video call, drinking alcohol and dancing, and he is not respectful and not professional at all. This is at a barbershop called DeBryan Barbershop. And here at DeBryan, they have employed Ausmain. And Ausmain does a few things to make your haircut unique. First, he is always talking on video call. Scissors in one hand, iPhone in the other, on FaceTime with his mother. And he is saying, "Hey mama, I'm cutting some hair here." But then at the same time, Ausmain is on FaceTime and cutting your hair, he is drinking alcohol. So it's scissors in two fingers, iPhone in another, whiskey glass in one hand, and he is simultaneously FaceTiming his mother, cutting your hair, drinking alcohol. But not only that, Ausmain is FaceTiming his mother, cutting your hair, drinking alcohol, and dancing all at the same time. Do you understand how difficult it would be to FaceTime your mother, cut some hair, drink some alcohol, and dance all at the same time? And while this might not be respectful or how you say professional, this is extreme talent. Do you understand how talented you have to be to do all four of these things at once? Next up, we have Marwan, and Marwan says this, 1 star, the worst salon ever. The barber, Mauritanian guy, doesn't even know what a haircut is. He is not even licensed, I'm guessing. And honestly, if this review is true, this is a new low for barbershops. To be a barber and not even know what a haircut is a big problem. If you walk into a barber and you say, I want a haircut, and the barber looks you in the eye and he says, I don't know what that is, maybe you should leave and go to another barber. It's like if you go into a tire shop and you say, I need some new tires, and they say, we don't have tires here, would you like some tacos? That is a big problem. You probably need to leave. Also, I don't know what Mauritanian guy means. Is that a country? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Okay, so turns out Mauritania is a country in Northwest Africa, and I am racist, so I am sorry about that. To anybody watching this in Mauritania, I didn't know that that was a country. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Next up, Road says this, 1 star. Worst barber ever. They can't even speak English. You need to know English when being a barber. They did not know what a fade was. Avoid at all costs. Now, Road brings up an interesting proposition, which is that to be a barber, you need to know English, which means if you're a barber in Mexico, if you're a barber in Quebec, if you're a barber in Germany, if you're a barber in China, if you're a barber in Japan, if you're a barber in Russia, if you're a barber in Africa, you cannot call yourself a barber unless you know English. Part of the licensing requirement of becoming a barber is learning the English language if you don't know it yet. And so if you're watching this and you don't understand what I'm saying without the subtitles, you cannot be a barber. You need to give up on that dream and chase something more attainable. And you specifically need to know what a fade is. And a fade is basically what all the annoying kids want when they go get a haircut. If you're cutting a kid's hair and he has like the broccoli hair up top and it's very short on the sides, he's probably asking for a fade. That's what that is. A fade is just what those annoying kids with the broccoli hair want on the sides of their head. That's a fade. I'd like to end on a banger from Nazmul, who says this, 1 star. I recommend this barbershop, but not this guy. He attaches this picture. He names the barber, Yakub. I'm very, very disappointed with this guy. Such a bad guy. Very bad attitude. We're two friends. Every time we go together for haircut. But unfortunately today we select this guy for haircut because other guy was off today. He cut hair like a stupid. You know, in the picture that they attached, Yakub looks like he is very intent on doing a good job. He does not look like he cuts hair like a stupid. And so I'd like to say this. I trust Yakub. I would go to this barber for a haircut. And even if the other guy was off today, I would get my hair cut by Yakub. But the problem is, I already see Ike. And Ike has a shop dog named Utah. and I fit right in there. A lot of manly men, they have a lot of beards, a lot of facial hair, a lot of tattoos, very loud, heavy metal music. We always talk about horror movies and how Ike loves horror movies and how I'm so scared of every horror movie. And they have ridiculousness and some skateboard clips kind of playing in the background. And they're talking about all the tattoos they have, and I'm talking about with them, and I fit right in. The testosterone is very high, and when I walk in, obviously I raise the testosterone of the entire barbershop. And my voice is really intimidating, and I'm just a scary person in general. And I fit right in with the manliest of men. And I'm thinking about doing a collaboration with Hulk Hogan. And so if that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get right on that. If you're still watching this, I love you more than Nazmul hates Yakub. Which is to say, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. I will see you next Friday.